Afternoon, top tier footballers. Congratulations on finishing your first week of training. Hopefully you've enjoyed it and hopefully you've been able to navigate through the app with no problems or issues. Reach out if you have. It's a pretty simple system once you get the hang of it. Really impressed with some of the numbers that have been put in and how diligent everyone's been with actually recording their sets and reps and weights. That is really important because it all gets recorded. I can see your load, your volume, what exercise you may have missed or changed out. So the more detail, the better. I know it is a little bit tedious. Maybe do it at the end of your session, but just try and make sure you are recording it so it's accurate. And then that'll help with my programming into the future about, when we might increase our reps, sets and things like that. Welcome to all the new people. I know there's a lot of the South Gawler football boys for coming on board through Zobes. That's fantastic. It's really good to see a collective unit, an actual club taking the initiative to come on board as a group. I think that's just going to do wonders for your performance and for your body. So I think that's fantastic. Now, in terms of week 2, it's basically a rinse and repeat. So last week we wanted to tackle the programming around that sort of 65% intensity. Now you can start to look to get more towards that sort of 70 to 80%, all right? Again, I know we've got different thresholds listed with different reps. For example, your front squats are at 85%. Just think of that as being like an 8.5 out of 10 really, if you don't know what your 1RM maxes are. And so this week, try and really give it a good crack. And then week 3, that'll be when you're right up near those percentages, okay? So you've had the 2 weeks for your body to adapt, get familiar from the movements. I know a few people are probably pretty sore if they haven't done much up until this week. Definitely start to up the weight in this second week if possible. So I know a couple of the boys on the hip thrust, 60, 70 kilos. Let's start to get that number up a little bit, okay? So first weeks are done and through, our body's adapted. Hopefully it's not too sore. Let's rinse and repeat into week 2. So not too much changes. In terms of the structure of the program, you would have likely seen that we've got the power day on the Monday, the strength day on the Wednesday, and the Friday is obviously our hypertrophy day. Now that is all. The reason why we do that and we have those 3 different days is because we train something called a force velocity curve, and I'm going to pop a little link that you can watch below this on the little page when it comes up. You'll be able to see it, and that'll introduce you to basically what a force sort of profile is. So we can usually move things really fast, we can move things really slow, and generally the slower it is, the heavier it is, the lighter it is, the faster we can move it, and you can see that on sort of the curve. Now the best way to improve your force profile is to train all parts of that curve, and so that's why we've got power, strength, hypertrophy. Power is all about rate of force development. We're trying to exert force as fast and as quick as possible. So the weight doesn't need to be super, super heavy. On our strength day, we're looking at that more of that absolute strength, that high-end threshold motor unit recruitment. And that's all about increasing our max force. The more force we can eventually apply into the ground, the better in terms of change in direction, acceleration, strength, all of that. And then the Friday is hypertrophy. And now that's in there because generally speaking, a bigger muscle can create more force. So the more cross-sectional area of that muscle, it just basically means the size of the muscle, is able to produce more force. So you can see how we've got something move really fast, recruit those high end, increase our maximal strength, and then increase our muscle size, which will help with those other 2 factors as well. So that's why the 3 days are programmed like that. Continually, each day in the program is specifically designed to sort of target different areas. So you'll see one day's horizontal force production, the other's vertical. But what is really important and something that is a focus on is after reading the AFL injury report, it was quite evident that your hamstrings, your Achilles, or sort of your calf or the calf complex, ankle complex, as well as your groins were the 3 most injured areas in AFL. Now, that's generally due to high-speed running, change of direction, and kicking. When we kick and we're in an awkward position and we get contact, we're likely to potentially get an injury there. So each day we target the ankle complex, the hamstring, and the groin. And so that's generally what that accessory circuit is at the end. We're at least targeting one of those 3 every single day. So you're hitting it 3 times a week. And I think if we can really build up and focus on those over a period of time, you're going to find that you're way more robust, you're less likely to injury, and your capacity at those sort of risky or injury prone sites is going to be far greater. So that's something I really focus on as well, is with you when you're going through that accessory sort of circuit, to just make sure that you are giving them a fair crack too. They're not just, oh, we'll do them at the end, we'll skip them. So they are really important, and that's why they're there. Apart from that, if you've got any questions, please reach out. If you've got any friends that want to come on board, it's not too late. Obviously, only week 2. We're going to be doing this pretty much right up till Christmas, with some little changes along the way. But so far, really, really good. Appreciate all the support. And I'll keep just doing these sort of little videos that give you a bit of rundown on the program, what I'm thinking, why I'm thinking it. Because if you're not learning, what's the point of all this? I want you to become a better person, a better player, and understand the gym a little bit more, so that, 10 years down the track, you can keep doing this if you're, playing at another club and you don't happen to be on the program anymore, or you can help someone else. So, that's all from me. We got a wedding this weekend, so I'll be offline and probably hungover on Monday, but the program will be uploaded, so you'll be able to see that. So if you do message me, it's likely I'm going to get back to you on a Tuesday or something like that. So have a great weekend, guys. Get some rest and recovery in, and I'll see you next week.